Okay, hello everybody, so I'm back with another episode of Cinders, and it's time for me to make a decision here. Yeah, I could choose a fairy, or does it really matter who I mean, I know in this story that it's the fairy godmother. I actually want to see what Madame Gade cooks up. Fairies are like an abyss. You shouldn't stare to them too much, not to mention trusting them. How could I spend the rest of my life waiting for the price tag to appear on my happiness? And I'd probably have to pay dearly. Once you leave, your happiness to fate can easily turn Gade's ways. Maybe morally gray and selfish, but at least she's straightforward about it. Life isn't always peachy. She knows what she wants and how to get it. Let's not be too hasty. I just remembered what the captain said about Father's last will. If it really exists, I could find it, then things could turn out quite differently. Since Carmosa was so kind to leave the house and her study unattended. Yeah, should I? Yeah, I don't really care. Well, she's not here, so I'll do it. I don't care. Hermosa's room. This place is so creepy. Must be all the spite collected in the walls throughout the years. Being here makes me uneasy. I feel like she's going to jump out of the cover. I wonder what would happen if she caught me. How far would she go? So far she's been very good with her scary words, but they were only words nonetheless. Alright, let's have a look around. This place looks like a cell in a monastery. There's many more items here when Father was still alive. Like his favorite globe that he used to teach me geography with. The many countries in this world, Cinderella's. Some are completely unlike ours. I wonder where this game is supposed to be set. Remember, I was surprised when I learned that there are lots of kings and queens and princes and dukes and castellans or Castilians. I don't even know what these are. I used to fantasize about all those exotic I can never pronounce this word very well. Archipelagios, where people use magic to tame the ocean. Is that a true story or something he made up? Maybe a bit of both. Globe's gone, so are my fantasies. It's incredible how empty this room is. People define themselves through objects that they surround themselves with. Carmosa is an empty shell. Nothing so far. Alright, there's her desk, the most obvious place. I doubt she hid anything in there. Papers, some old shop. Lists, more papers. She wasn't kidding, they were really expensive. Well, like $1,000 for any time. I give, devise, and bequeath all of my residue and my estate. Hell, take me, that's it. Looks like I was wrong. Can't believe it. His father's last will. She really put it in the drawer. That's so awkward. Doesn't matter. Let's have a look. The undersigned declare, in case of my death, my wife is to become... Carmosa is the rightful owner of this house? Not good. Here's an interesting part. In case my wife is unable to perform her duties as a head of a house, I'll write some residue or to pass on to my prime daughter. That's clear enough. In case Father's death, the house is to pass onto Carmosa. Something happened to her, I'm next in line. It's not as good as I hoped, but it can still turn out to be extremely useful. No need to linger, I better go before one of the servants sees me snooping here and tells Carmosa. So yeah. If Madame Gade is at her store. Hope she isn't in trouble with the townsfolk again. That brazen simpleton. It's Carmosa. I better hide. Pressman calls himself man of trade. If it were up to me, he'd be out of business. Vulgar cretin. Need some work done, my lady. Can't be done, lady? Idiot. I need to find another tailor. A good one. How could he be so incompetent? Saw how important this is. He said he needed more time, but there's a whole night he could spend working on those corrections. People are so brazen these days. Really? Maybe they just have private lives with normal families. Of course they do. What was that? Oh, I was just cursing at the state of modern society. How merchants, craftsmen, and all sorts of other people are just not what they used to be in the past. Sure. When they were all extremely skillful, cheap, humble, polite, dedicated to their work, and always eager to help the lady in need. Really hope that wasn't irony, girl. No, I don't. No. Alright, it's clear. It's like they weren't that lucky with their dresses in the end. Never mind that. To get to Geeds. Hey, lady. Hello? Are you here? I need your help. I made up my mind. Hello, Cinders. Please calm down. There's no need to hurry so much. I was expecting you anyway. Good. So, the good folk in town are... Right, you are clairvoyant. Oh yes, my third eye pierces through the veils. Secrets and lies with the arcane blade of logic. Well, at least the town spoke. Find it to be arcane. I know about the masquerade ball tomorrow. I saw Carmosa scuttling through town. So what is it exactly that you've made up your mind about? So you know that Carmosa wants her daughters to attend the grand ball. She wants the event to raise family status in society. Yes, I have gathered as much. She also wants me to stay at home. She says we all have parts to play, and mine is to clean the house for the furnished future distinguished guest. It's not surprising. She knows you'd upstage your sisters with little trouble. Maybe she does. Doesn't matter, I just need to go. Need to go to the palace. So I get tired of people telling me what to do all the time. I just show Carmosa, Gloria, and everybody what I'm really made of. They aren't afraid of who I am or influence I can have on people if only they knew what I'm capable of. I want to see their faces when the poor Cinders they thought they caged appeared on the royal ball and steals their spotlight. Besides, that's only the beginning. After well, my life is going to take a turn. Things will change. You sound very convinced. May I know how exactly you are going to make this change happen, unlike all other young girls unhappy with their lives? And sort of hope that you could help me with the details. Basically, I have two routes of action I could take. I could try to escape the town, start over, or I could try to take control of the house from... Indeed, you could. Why limit yourself? Why not become queen? Yes, that's an option too. Since I'm going to the ball, I might as well win the prince's heart. I can see you smirking. But I assure you that I'm serious about all this. That you are. It's heartwarming to see you so confident about your plans, Cinder. So much your mother in you. Times where she was determined to act against all odds as well. Is that how you see this situation? Am I throwing myself against the high tide? I see your situation. Matters little, both to you and your situation. Points of view are nothing more than what they are. It's from which things are seen, never the things themselves. It's always easier to learn about a point of view rather than a thing. More often than not, things remain secret. They are uncertain. But one thing is certain. Choice. What is your goal? I told you. To break free and... yes. You suggested a few routes for that, but at this point they aren't any better than the miller's daughter's dreams of becoming a circus acrobat. If you're serious about it, you need to decide what is exactly that you want. And then, maybe I can help you form an actual plan. Whatever you want. Yeah, this is a decision that I will come back to. Yes, I'm gonna go for the prince. By making grand plans of turning my life around, I may as well aim for the top. I'll go to the ball and show everyone, including my caring family, what one determined girl can do. Hope the prince is as interesting and promising as everyone says, because after last night, his heart is going to belong to a certain young girl. You seem very confident about your chances. Frankly, it's just a front I put up. I have no idea if it's going to work. It probably won't. Look at it this way. If I'm to flee town, like some criminal, aka some fugitive, whatever, there's still going to be a time for that. What kind of life is that anyway? Taking the residents back from Carmosa? I admit it. Sounds wonderful, but let's be honest, it's not going to happen. Carmosa keeps it tightly and won't let go. That's the kind of woman she is, and I have to say, even I can respect that. So the truth is, this ball may be my only chance to significantly change my life. I must succeed. Oh, the young. I love your precious dramas and last chances. I was 37 young. Not that she's 37. The way things are now, the ball's just a silly girl's treat. I don't even have a dress. I'm going to surprise you here. That is the least of your troubles right now. I'll get you a dress, one of my old ones, actually. I used to wear it when I was about your age. Believe me, I melted hearts in it. I really don't know if... I'm sure you'll love it. I'll have it cleaned and ready for the ball. Just pay me a visit before you go to the palace and I'll give it to you. I'll also be able to find some way to allow you inside the palace, so don't worry about it. You just need to pull some strings. Just as long as you don't try to conjure up a carriage out of a pumpkin. I'm really grateful for your help. I don't know exactly what I would do without you. Don't mention it. I made a promise to your mother, remember? A few words of advice and an old dress don't cost me that much. I even say I managed to pay my debt cheaply. Cheaply? What's she going on about? Well, I'm about to leave this town. I was afraid that you might come asking for something requiring an actual hurt. Heh. Madam Reed, selfish as ever. Do I look like some magical helper from the enchanted realm to you? Obviously not. I'm no fairy godmother. And you're very lucky I'm not one of those little folk. Little folk. Go! All set, you know what to do. Let's hope so. Looks like Carmosa is still out. Good. I was honestly afraid I wouldn't be able to get back on time. Or would stumble on them on the way up. Nobody should have to... I'm hoping to find all the people gone, praying to be left alone. Fortunately, with some luck. It's the last time I feel like this. Tomorrow, everything's going to change, one way or the other. Maybe I'm just delusional. Can a normal girl like me catch the attention of a prince? Am I really that special or attractive? May not be just a bold plan. It may be the first sign of mental degradation. On the other hand, he might be a spoiled brat. He might torture small animals for all I know. That would be a major turnoff for me. Princes are allowed to do anything, right? That depends. Too late. Without another what-ifs. I made my decision, and if I want to get anything, I need to stick to it. This is my only chance at success. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmosa gets back, I need to look like nothing is going on. Garden looks odd in pale moon. Everything is except for the ball below lives a few hours. But it's full of severance, careful. Really. Only the wind does not hesitate to run freely and ruffle everything. I have to say, it feels unusual tonight. Like a charge about to go off during a storm. tension in the air almost feels tangible. Court jester used to... Yeah, court jester. Feels like the grandma. Almost like a moment of things to come. Interesting times. I wonder whether this has any chance of success. Can I commit to change and make it happen? Is that even possible? I've read the philosopher's bit. Never seen it come true. Books and idealistic theories are one thing, but people tend to resist changing. Even change for the better. Father didn't make it any easier for me either. He was a good ruler and remembered very fondly anything I did. Blah blah blah. Be easier if he had been a bloodthirsty tyrant. Feels like a storm is coming indeed. Even if I succeed, history may remember me as a renegade. And will any women stand by me through this? I'm sure there is one who will. The weather doesn't. All the dogs in the kennels act as if possessed. I should get back to the palace. Let's hope for an interesting ball night and boring times. I'm glad I could finally take off that damn dress. It's badly done, badly cut. Tight as hell. Looks ridiculous. No corrections are going to change it. Yeah. Yeah. That little old man called himself a tailor. What a joke. I bet I could do a better job sewing a suit for him. Oh, I'd trim his waistcoat, because trousers tight in all the right places. The little fellow would even be smaller by the time I was done. Whole situation is stupid. How tight and tasteless our dresses. They won't make us think any of us a princess. Or yeah, aren't you supposed to be in the garden? I was, but weather turned bad suddenly. Never seen weather change so quickly. My big, mature sister got swooped by a big, bad cumulonimbus cloud, or just by a big, bad cloud. Could have been a cumulonimbus cloud, but who knows? Don't be ridiculous, Sophie. I'm not in the mood for this. Maybe you would like to get all soaked in the rain and look miserable. So it was cumulonimbus cloud. A single drop of rain outside. Neither can I. Strange. I swear I could see flashes between the clouds. You mean lightning? I've seen that happen before. Are you practicing talking about the weather before the ball? So it's not working. You're still boring. Now that I can see you are already sharpening your tongue, Prince will surely appreciate your wits. How was your dress, Sophia? All things held, dear, my unholy, by all the naive people in this world, I swear if you ask me this question one more time, you'll feel my pain. The reason I repeated the question so many times today was in the hope that it would stretch a little over time. Oh, it didn't stretch an inch. The tailor did a good job there. When I wear it, I feel like a properly packaged piece of pork. Ugh. Why didn't you tell Mother then, when we were at the tailor's? You could have applied further corrections. Because her loving motherly eyes told me, one more complaint and you're dead, girl. Your choice of words is poor as usual, but I agree with your sentiment. Mine is still much too tight as well. I thought about getting Spanx or some sort of shapewear. Or wait, they didn't have any type of shapewear back then, did they? Like, except for corsets. Right. No, it's not like that. And you're right about the joy part. I didn't finish reading all that. Do tell me, I'm sure it's going to be utterly enlightening. Well, tell me, are these dresses a wonderful metaphor for our lives? I failed to see it, I'm afraid. Trying to fit into clothes which someone else made for us this whole time. Rather, for the image of us in that someone's head. Without the use of shapewear. I bet they're a perfect fit for those phantasms inside Mother's head. Disciplined and pretty as dolls. Like Barbie dolls? Stop it! Your bitterness is getting tiring. It's stop being so childish. It's only a dress. A lady must learn how to walk, talk, and smile, even if the corset is a bit tight. You know that mother is only trying to teach us how to behave properly in society. She has to endure far more than a tight dress to get us where we are now. Yes, the sacrifice she makes to make us shine during the grand ball. Your cynicism gives you little credit. You know very well this is important to her. Perhaps it is. Tell me this, sister, is it important for us? Are we a couple of gold-digging sisters? Finally, the day's over. Both dresses fit, everything's in place, and even that incompetent tailor agreed to lower the price. Things considered went better than I expected. It's a shame the girls don't seem to realize how important this is for them. Nor do they appreciate how much effort it takes to prepare two young ladies to make their debut in court. Especially nobody cared to invite them. They're not even aware of what that means for the women their age. The noble standards, they're getting old. Must be introduced soon if they are ever to find a husband. Oh jeez. What does that mean for me? Without a husband, they may as well lock themselves up in this house and wait for old age to come. And really leave themselves in their miserable lives. Yeah, you're telling me I'm practically pushing 40. I mean, I'm in my late 30s now, technically. Hope to grow up soon and open those naive eyes to the way the world works around them. It's either that or they will end up alone. Some dark and empty room, forgotten and hated by everyone. Thank heavens for the night. Nothing else, it's easier to hide to oneself. In the dark from the gaze of others. No one wants to see this isn't happening. That's the way people work. And I learned that lesson the hard way. I'll bet you have. Is that storm coming over the horizon? It's one of those strange, cold ones without rain. I think I remember a storm like this 8 years ago. That night when she died. Not good. Think about it's late and the road is turning bad. I better close the window before the storm comes. Okay then. Thank goodness it's dawn already. I haven't slept the entire night. How could I? Feel like there's a dozen, especially vicious poisonous butterflies having a grand ball of their own in my stomach. Poisonous butterflies? That's a good one. And there's like a sleep will surely make you very eloquent this evening. Still, if things do go according to plan, that has just been my last night spent as a slave in my own house. I can hear Carmosa's voice. Is she mustering the girls again, or a private little army of two? Well, whatever training she gives them, nothing will prepare them for this evening. Oh my, won't they be surprised. As will Carmosa, that all-powerful, all-knowing lady will be caught at a loss tonight. I think I should sneak out right after they leave the house. I'm to get the dress before it all starts. So hurry up, girls. Yes, hurry up. 6 additional guards in the main hall, that makes 65. So there was originally 59 and 2. Yes, at least that's much. Security is quite tight. During a masked ball, the chance of an unwanted person squeezing in is far too high for my liking. Guess I'll just have to follow the prince closely. Contrary to what His Highness believes, I think a proper guard presence is needed at this event. On the other hand, I'll let go, so why do I care? I wonder how well that will work. Somehow, I don't think people change quickly or willingly. Someone assaults the future king. Fair enough. My attachment to the code, to honor. Yeah, everything's in the past. Just let me check the windows and fences one more time. I'm here! Well, look, we finally got out of Carmosa's reach and managed to come. Sorry, sisters kept calling me and ringed the roses and demanding adjustments. Yeah, blah blah blah. Their hairdos, the way their shawls are draped, etc. Now it's so late, I won't make it in time. How can I have missed this? They didn't even notice, but they... Calm down, girl. You'll be fine. So late and the ball is almost... Just nervous, and it's fine. Trust me. You will get your chance to dazzle everyone. You're right. Maybe I'm panicking. Good thing you didn't see me when I was running over here like crazy. Actually, if you want to make an entrance cause a story, and yes, looks, you ought to come passionately. This way you'll be noticed from the start. Good point. I guess it's understandable I'm nervous like that. I think every girl your age has the right to flaunt her emotions. Yes, thank you. So, what do I do? Let's start with the dress. Can't go to the ball without one. Oh, duh. Technically, you could... That would be just really weird. Prefer not to. Don't mind. Along with everything else. What about the mask? Let's just see. This is... Oh my god. Oh, didn't you... Oh my god. I gotta see. It's like... Oh god, I gotta see this. You're welcome. The shoes are a bit... You'll manage. Kind of... In any case, it's just for one night, so simply grin and bear it. You should hurry now. I didn't mean to be ungrateful. The whole outfit looks wonderful, but how do I... One of the cooks agreed to let you in. I cured his wife last winter, so he has a debt to pay. He'll sneak you in safely. Great, thank you. Is there anything else I should know before I go? Just enjoy this, relish the moment. I believe we may our own fate, so good luck, make the best of it. Thank you. I've done something truly amazing. I won't forget it. I want to see the dress. I really want to see this dress. I did not see this before. So used to wearing masks all the time. She's dress code changes nothing. All did was bring out their mastery in masquerading. Is this what you've chosen to court, sire? Politics instead of war, yes, but this game of appearances disgusts me as much as it disgusts you. Politics for the sake of... Yeah. I know that you don't condone this, do you? When the ways of our forefathers are changed, honored, disregarded, and rules made gray and flexible, this is what happens. A world where the two-faced and manipulative win. It's not entirely true. It isn't? Maybe it is, but I just don't trust people that much. Yeah, join the club. And honesty and righteousness, you need black and white rules and a stable set of values behind them. Yes, need a land of prosperity too, and I don't mean material prosperity alone. But a land as much as joy as reasonably as possible. As reasonably possible in my realm. It's a worthy goal, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I do understand your reluctance to practice politics, however. I appreciate your honesty. You have the right to be doubtful. Don't we all have the right to be doubtful? See it even rubbed off on you a little, my friend. Frankly, I don't see any good candidates on what do you think I should do? I wouldn't even begin to imagine how one might approach us. Please, just... I think that you are overthinking it, my lord. Maybe just try to blend in and go with the flow of things. You're saying I should stop staying outside. Oops. That's not exactly what I said. Because you're right. To learn the true natures of these ladies that are here, I need to give them a chance. So for now, I'm going to stop judging and reach out. Thank you, friend. I just want to see your dress. I like Sophia's dress. The best. Then again, blue is my favorite color. I also like red. This is a chance to rise up in the world. Each of you can become so much more than impoverished nobility. You'd be royalty. You do want that, don't you? I really am not so certain. Don't blame you, Sophia. Of course we do. This isn't the attitude that will win you in her life. If you don't commit to anything more, the rest you lose. We're committed. We really are. Of course you are, you bitch. You're practically a gold digger, just like your mother. Like mother, like daughter. Dear Gloria, nothing in this world is worth striving for is easy. That's true. It's true. It's your chance. You play right. Play right, and you won't have to worry about any of those ever again. Do you understand what it means? Now smarten yourself up, girls. Just thinking about that cringe, Sophia, and you, Gloria. It's just that coiffure? Is that how it's pronounced? Coiffure? Yeah. But what for? Not that I can't endure pain and hardships, Mother. You made sure we both can, but what's the purpose? You won't choose us anyhow. Now. You have to do this if you want to survive and go up. If you commit and do so, do your best, do have a chance. What do you think? That ending up with some smaller nobility or soldier? Or a soldier is an option for my daughters? Only idiots say no. Really? So we will do everything we talked about yesterday and we'll try to charm the prince. I'm not sure that I can do that, but I'll try. I didn't raise you two to be unable to gain influence over a single man. You're young, pretty, you're women. Use your wits and instincts. And if that fails you, Gloria, as we all know it will, you can always flaunt your... Well, she's already flaunting her cleavage, technically. But wouldn't that come across as very unladylike? What would people think? There are many ways to entice a man. Your beauty will help you with that. So do not be ashamed of it. Use it if necessary. This dress cost me a fortune and more than a single white hair, but they should draw some stairs. Now let's make sure you get... Okay. Are we to invite the prince ourselves? Just hint at it. It's so... or heavily. Then remember about the cleavage. Shut up, Sophia. At least I'm trying to understand what to do as best as I can. Right, there are more important things than bickering right now. Focus, you two. Both look astounding. I'm sure you'll do fine. Okay, Gloria, you go first. Then Sophia. Good luck, sister. You're gonna need it. Don't listen to her. Just go. Very well, so I'm keeping an open eye. Do you have any other advice? No. Well, there's a pretty young lady standing over there gazing your way. Most of them are. As if this was some sort of contest with the king. Them in palace is the main prize. Well, there are many candidates. Not a contest with the kingdom as a prize. How would you describe it, my prince? Good points. Alright, let's try to select a wise queen and good companion for the years. That young lady looks absolutely astounding. She has this dignified air about her. Please excuse me. Good luck, my lord. Good evening, mysterious beauty. How are you enjoying yourself? Thank you, your highness. Ball is amazing, everyone's. Please stand up. I'm sure that they are. Half of them are... because they're rooting for their hidden agendas. How can I play them? Certain every corner wishes you. Please, excuse my bluntness. I haven't talked to many days. Honestly, I believe they have the kingdom's interests at heart. Fine. Have you tasted the food? Brought spices from the eastern lands, especially for this cake. Okay. Sure, it's excellent, my lord. Looks like pieces of art and smells delicious. Sure. These small sweet oils are a particular pride of our cooks there. Called softens and baking. That sounds fascinating, your highness. It is. So the taste is indescribable, neither sweet, nor sour, salty, or bitter. Unlike anything known to nature, alchemically magical, have some. Thank you, your grace, but the lady should watch her figure. True. Surely a woman of your beauty doesn't need to worry about such things. You can still get as a morning breeze. Too kind, Your Highness. Sure. Thank you. You don't need to call me Your Highness. Sorry for the mistake. It's nothing. Don't mention it. I won't mention it ever again. It's fine. Just relax. Maybe just chat casually. Of course, my prince. What would you like to chat about? How do you like the music? It's heavenly. Really think so? Why? I don't know much about music. Seems like an excellent choice. Yeah, maybe let's talk about things that interest you. I do not know what you like or what interests you, Your Grace. Oh, I did it again. Sorry. Sorry, Your Highness. Please excuse me. Of course. It's going to be a long night. Gloria, back so soon? He's failed to meet your standards. You had to fend off all his attention and admiration, and you dismiss him and take your leave. No. You're awfully quiet. What happened then? I know. You used up all your eloquence on the prince. I'm sure he was impressed. Anyway, he ran off so fast. He was too intimidated to stay in the presence of such perfection. Glad you gave me this opportunity to point it out again. Yes. Will you shut up already? Enough. If there was ever. Sophia, stop it. Want to show your sister? Then go prove it, what she failed. Never said I could. I'm not sure whether. Oh, really? Stop whining. What does he read? I don't know. Right. Sure he's not used to that. Is there anything else you would like to add? What about Gloria? Sister and I are going to have a little chat while you are gone. You concentrate on Prince. He's seductive. Go. Miss your pleasant chat with Mother Gloria. I was hoping for a good show. Let's go. Good evening, Grace. Oh, do hope I used the right style. Good evening, my lady. Is one of conventional. Oops. Looks like I blew it already. Aren't you worried about that? Never understood all those subtleties myself, nor do I care to. Must be really lucky then. Did not? Quite a rare trait for a daughter of a noble house. Much more importantly, daughter of a powerful and ambitious lady. Don't forget about women with genders, Your Highness. They tend to be pretty hard to overlook. Is that so? Yes. Have you ever worn a corset this tight? Doubt it. Men don't wear corsets. I haven't had a chance. They're all a single and that can change the fate of many. Whole families, great houses, fancies, etc., etc. So you're quite upset, my lady. I'm only the younger daughter. Mother wasn't born into ladyship, so it's second-hand nobility you're speaking to. You don't have to lady me, my prince. Alright, if you say so. Here because your mother asked you to come against your will? Yes, that's exactly why I'm here. Because I'm a good girl. It's willing to play her part. In that case, do you believe so the reason why I'm here is not that different from yours? Tell me on. Yes. I thought the wine tasted fine. No need to play that shock on me. Thing like me, your father was even slightly similar to my mother. Joke like that would make you blink. You're right. Having spent all my life among people trained to keep up appearances, I picked up on all the conventional reflexes. Like acting shocked. Someone is making a joke about your dead parent, even though everyone knows he wasn't as good of a father as he was a king. I feel lucky already. At least nobody ever forced me into a mold of politeness. Same here. I shudder at the thought of someone trying. Such a silly conception is politeness, lying to each other in the name of good manners, as if honesty was a vice. You're A very original young woman, you know that? Isn't original one of the categories physicians use when they lock you up in an asylum? Technically, I think it's innovative. And I'm serious, I'm glad you're here. I'd love to get to know you better. Oh, sure. Look around, I must shine like a real gem in these murky waters of lies and intrigue, pure and innocent in the morning breeze. How lovely it must be to be royalty and speak like that all the time rather than just when you had too much wine. So much so that you end up being drunk? Think so? Unfortunately, I don't really care that much for polished speech coming from anyone who probably wants something from me. As you can see, I'm not really queen material. I'm too stupid to reign over anything. Reign, rule, whatever. So hold that blood appreciation and keep flattery to yourself, thank you. You may be many things, but you certainly don't seem stupid. Yes, yes, my wit exceeds even my beauty. Listen, I don't care, alright? I just don't want to be here. Nothing you can say. Well, actually, I'm just going now. I've done my job. I've made conversation. I've meeting my sister. I think it's time to finish this. So, take care, Prince. Nice ball and everything. But, heavens, this ball is turning into a madhouse rather rapidly. Too bad, though. This one I started to like. Oh yeah, Sophie is rather likable, isn't she? I just want to see. Alright, I'm almost there. I want to see this dress. Time to make my grand entrance. I want to see this dress. Okay, let's see what she looks like. A complete and utter disaster. You have no idea how much this will cost our family. You had a chance to secure the future of her for yourselves. And for your children and their children. I'd be very lucky to find a single man in the kingdom willing to court you after the display you gave. Ha! A good riddance. What did you say? Mother, look, there's commotion in the ballroom. I think someone important has arrived. Indeed, whoever they are, they can afford to be late, so I'm guessing it really has to be someone important. Let's see what this... When it's gone silent, what's going on? Oh wow, this is actually really beautiful. I thought it was gonna be... I thought her dress was gonna be really wacky. It's actually quite gorgeous. I don't like these feathers though. But looks like we have a latecomer and an interesting one. I love this dress, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a mighty fine dress. I agree. Wait, is that... I think I know her. I don't applaud her lack of punctuality, but she certainly knows how to make an entrance. I wonder whom she met. I don't think punctuality is among the top qualities expected from a future queen. What about stunning looks? Not a prerequisite, but then again, neither is courage, and this one clearly has plenty of both. Watch out, my prince, here she comes. Did Madame Guide say this dress was provocative? Well, it doesn't look that provocative, but it's absolutely breathtaking in my opinion. Good evening, your highness. You too, captain. Good evening, my lady. If you please excuse me, prince. Good evening, my lady. I've noticed you only just arrived. Even those who care little for appearances must accept the fact that people still judge others by their looks. That's why proper preparations have to take time. If I may judge, the outcome is possibly stunning. Why can't I speak today? Flutter is very pleasant. It's a very pleasant way of showing others we want something from them. So, what is it you want in this situation, my prince? Is it an obedient wife, a wise consort, or just someone to keep you warm at night? Maybe all of the above. Don't get me wrong, your highness, I do empathize with your complicated situation and understand what you must have a wife to be crowned. I can see you don't hold social conventions in high regard. This is quite an accurate description of my predicament, though. And yet, understanding that this here? Don't tell me it's to waste wine from royal cellars. Frankly, there's more than one reason. The wine, the food, not to mention company, I won't deny it. Yes. There is a spark of curiosity behind that cold, inquisitive look. So, I didn't say I was attracted to it, but I really stated that I find it and those who wield it intriguing. For example, what kind of person does one have to be a good ruler? A sound philosophical question worthy of the author of the Duke. What are your views on the matter? Although her approach may at times be cynical and overly instrumental, I believe that Livia Malik managed to describe power in its actual rather than ideal form. An independent judgment from a well-read lady, how very refreshing. Always regretting the fact that such a fine scholar as Lady Malik does not hail from our kingdom. Perhaps I was simply blind to the treasure of our realm. The fact that some women do in fact receive education even in this backward land. You speak harshly about your own kingdom, my prince. Criticism may be the only weapon of the powerless, but you are hardly without power, are you not? To be honest, I am pretty powerless. Being a prince mostly entitles me to living in more comfortable quarters than, say, the towns in Cape Fur. But I don't get even a fraction of his power. But assuming I were a king already, what would you have me do, my lady? What changes would satisfy subtle tastes of a learned modern woman such as yourself? I might have read a few books, but I am not a politician. I can speak generally of injustices that require mending, or errors in which need to be corrected. I believe the kingdom would benefit from reforms and a more modern style of government. Is that a polite way of saying the monarchy is obsolete? Not necessarily. An enlightened ruler may balance novelty and freedom with stability and tradition. As long as he keeps those who threaten him either too satisfied or too afraid to rise up against him. Against him or her, I would add. Yes, gender plays no role in this matter. In such matters, at least. Here we have some equity. I must admit, you're an intriguing woman, my lady. Very different from the rest of people who came here today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the masks they have to wear. I wonder if it's because they wear them every single day as well. Metaphorically, yes. But you are different. You may be wearing a mask, but you speak to me plainly and honestly, risking being misunderstood or simply rejected. I can appreciate that. Even if you did leave me a bit flabbergasted. I know exactly what you mean, Your Highness. Being raised in a place filled with deceit and spite, I learned very well the value of masks, both literally and metaphorically. And then people would rather forget who they are than risk being hurt. And if their surroundings require it, they lose themselves forever only to survive. You're all slaves to convention, from a servant to a lord. I must admit, I find the dictum terrifying. All of us are merely actors on some stage. Sufferers. Yeah, and to quote Shakespeare, all the world's a stage. The people in it are merely players or actors. I forgot what play that was from, though. Yet others, or fate. Being determined by things we can't control is frightening. I know it all too well. You speak of your family? I am. It isn't a light story, Your Highness. Definitely not a topic for a polite and charming conversation to make the time pass more pleasantly. I would like to hear about it, nevertheless, if I'm not asking it too much. Please tell me about your family, my lady. Are you sure? How could I refuse? Well, my mother died bringing me into this world. My father eventually remarried a woman who already has 2 daughters. actually spoke to earlier. He died soon after, so now I live with his stepmother and her 2 daughters. Like I said, you just spoke to. That is strange. I've never heard of a noble house with 3 daughters and no father. I recall one family of a widow with 2 daughters, though. I mean, stepmother doesn't see me as one of her daughters. She allows me to stay in her house under one condition. I work as a servant for bed and board. There are those who are familiar with the family know of my existence. As for others, I wouldn't be surprised if she told everyone she has 2 daughters and that's that. That's unbelievable. Indeed, I did warn you about this topic. It isn't very entertaining. Now I'm glad you've told me about it. Showed me how ignorant I still am and how little I know about my own realm. Well, in that case, I'm glad you asked me about my life. Look at me, I'm babbling. Lunatic, you must be wondering whatever happened to royal manners. They force you to speak about things which you must find painful during a ball. Well, we're supposed to be taking our minds off unpleasant things. Please allow me to make amends. Would you do me the honor? Oh, not really. Don't worry, Alright, maybe I can learn something from you as well. Hey Prince, is that alright? You're doing fine, my lady. It's as difficult as I expected. Not that I had to. Dancing with you, my prince. And yet here we are. Feels very natural, who knows? It's fate that brought us together. Yes, fate? What was it that really brought me here tonight? Do you truly believe it's some mystical force? I can imagine getting here must have been difficult for you, considering your situation. To put it mildly, yes, I wouldn't call it fate. Prince, to the contrary, if it was up to fate, I'd be cleaning the dishes this very moment. And maybe doing other things, sir, that I despise. No, your highness. The only reason I'm here is because I do not believe in any force other than my own ability to influence the world around me. I choose to shape my life in any way that I can. Take responsibility for the consequences of my actions. Yes, indeed, aren't we all? Commendable attitude, my lady. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady. Luck or not, I'm glad as well. Very glad to be here with you, Prince. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Can't get enough of looking at yeah. Amazing dancing. Yeah. Now I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes. Please do continue. What else do you find attractive? Door, watching your lips. Promises have you read from Skip neck. This is not over. I think we should get to know each other better before we switch to a more colloquial vernacular. I can't even talk right now. I'll have to get to know you better. You'll have your chance, my prince. You're persistent enough, and yeah. But we tend to undervalue things. We've achieved efforts. Let me give you an obstacle. Are incredible. You wouldn't have it any other way. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable evening. Mother, is that? Well, Are you enjoying the ball? I certainly am. Ha! Crazy little brat. How dare you come here show me off? From the prince like that. Well, really? Because girls were doing so on their own. You know, I think it's always easier to be charming and make an impression on people, whether you're relaxed and confident about what you're doing. When you're relaxed and confident about what you're doing. Came here out on my own. Well, Carmosa, while your poor daughters only came because they either fear or don't want to disappoint me. Or both. They came because they knew it's important. They came because you put the weight of your sick ambition on their shoulders, and with them to make them go faster. It's like horses, racehorses. The fact that you can't see your mistakes makes your failure all the more tragic. Perhaps I was mistaken. Cinders, you really are amazing. Yeah, not bad at all. Thanks. So, what are you going to do now? Any more surprises for the evening? If you do, please warn us in advance, or someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? Sing, dance, but... Oh wait, I've already danced with Prince. I'll just head back home. I got what I wanted. Besides, these shoes are killing me. What are they even made of? Last thing is left when I almost cut my skin. I bet they're made of glass. Let's see if I can send you flying over the walls, shall we? I'm going now. Take care, ladies. There she went. Well, I'll just say this. It's been a very educational and entertainment experience. What do you think, Gloria? Yes. I think I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. Would you agree, Mother? A mistake. Looks like someone has just been hit with a revelation. Too bad it wasn't soon. Good evening, ladies. I'm looking for Cinders. Do you know where I can find her? She just left. Could you tell us why Prince would like to have a word with her? She just left, Captain. She's as I've tried to get. Oh, it's funny. Since Mother's here and she wasn't supposed to be here at all. It's like she needs to... If that lovely dress was as terrible as her shoes, maybe she just wanted to get back home and take it off as soon as... Her shoes? Slippers. Very original. She said they were awfully uncomfortable and then thrown over the wall. The other one's still on the ground. Slippers. They're made of glass. They're obviously made of glass. Later that night. So I can't believe she did it. I never was, of course, because everyone's as dim-witted as you are. Never does anything out of the ordinary. Oh yes, I'm sure you weren't able to foresee. Did you see it in tea leaves or read it in a children's book one afternoon? Well, avoiding work as usual. I did entertain the thought she might try to pull something off. But believe what you want, I don't care. I do too, suspect she might do something unthinkable. She was so secretive and compliant at times. I suppose it could be to the point of an inevitable explosion. I just didn't expect she had it in her. Laura, yeah, please. Sometimes you sound like a cliche villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something's not twisted, weird, or shocking, you won't consider it honest. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. Fortunately, so, just not like everyone tries to be in marriage. Ugh. You're not Carmosa, remember? You not lead, you follow, mindlessly. Shut up. Open up! Your name is... Why do you have to come? Why in the middle of the night? There's no time for this. Open up! I won't repeat myself. Mother! Yes, Mother. Is he here at night? Where is she? Yes, Mother. Okay. Don't push it. You know this is not a courtesy. I brought Cinders. Oh, Captain, good evening. What brings you? Did you attend the... I did. Why do you ask? Shouldn't you check how she got there? Surely an almost servant. Please allow me to do it. Did you dance with the prince? Yes. Did you wear a mask with a feather and slippers? Yes. What is it about? Show him the slippers to prove. I was sent to find you by the princess. Found the most interesting woman in the land. Yes. The wake of tradition of the Bramble. I always like to discuss. Yes, I will marry him. Marriage? I mean, you did very well, Cinders. But is this appropriate? Oh, who cares? Whether it's appropriate or not. And then you impress the prince so much, huh? Some sort of mistake. This girl has been sleeping in a dirty old kitchen for the past couple. Prince can't be interested in such a person. Surely you're thinking of one of my daughters. Oh, I sure there's no mistake. The Cinders? Oops. How could I refuse? This is a dream come true. How could anyone refuse? As usual, you don't understand. What you speak of is like a frosting on a cake. Nice, but it's not what makes the choice what it is. Yes, the prince. I didn't get to read that. May I ask you, aren't you? It's the palace, my lady? Of course. Goodbye then, girls. Lady Carmose, see you all day. Someday, perhaps. There's nothing one can count on in the world. Everything is turning out to be different than one might expect. How did she manage to do that without telling any of us? Does the only count for nothing? Shut up, you two. How could you not notice a thing? How could you miss all of the hints as to what she was planning? And how could you lose to her? Have I taught you nothing? Or did I go wrong? To make you so useless. I have clearly been mistaken about all things. Hello. Your Highness, this is the girl. Thank you. Well, welcome to my palace. My lady, I trust the captain explained everything on... Yes, he did. Although it doesn't make it any easier to believe. He is... Modesty, my lady. You certainly weren't this beautiful, this special. Turns into grand ball. That dress and of course the mask, I felt like I was wearing armor. I was impervious to the looks and judgments of other people. Now back to my old self, and rags. Don't offer the same protection. Suddenly I feel like an ordinary girl standing before a prince. Ordinary is hardly a trait among the traits you possess. So there's nothing more to say but simply pop the question as ordinary people say. Do you agree, my lady? Oh my. Is it hot in here? No. Yes. Do you agree to become my wife and the queen of the realm? You do realize that selecting the right candidate was the purpose of this grand ball. Yes, I realize that, and it's certainly very difficult to believe, but oh heavens, yes, of course. How could I refuse? Very well, you're making me a very happy man indeed. Word of warning, though, I expect my reign to be a rather turbulent one. Not all will welcome the changes I plan. We'll face upheavals. It means I'll be needing support and counsel and criticism from strong independent. I'm afraid I'm not really an expert on political matters. I've read some books, but I feel silly. Just a few hours ago, I felt like I had it all figured out. Now I'm staying here babbling on like a lunatic. Hope you know what you're doing, choosing me for the part. Right now, I'm nothing more than an awestruck servant girl. I mean, I don't even know you that well. I really have no idea what I'm getting myself into. For what it's worth, I agree and promise to do my best. You worry too much. Your action gives you more credit than you realize. Don't worry, you'll become a great queen, I'm certain of it. Well, I guess 2 hours earlier. It's you. What do you want? Charming as usual. What do you want? Oh, you know me, I don't. It's nothing. Except from the project of yours. Listen to me. I have no idea. That girl, the little bird who wanted to fly free from her cage. Her? She's none of your business. None of my business, even after the small, if not crucial, part I played in her. You must admit I was at supporting, and yes. Doesn't really matter. Let's know all is going well. Keep the word I gave to Cinder's mother and help her achieve her goal. Will you? Weren't you always this... It's like independence, blah blah blah. Oh, well, methinks it must be difficult to let people make up their own mind. There's so little time, so, you know, blah blah blah. See what you're trying to do here, and it's not working. Some achievement that is. The girl's born pretty as a picture, smart as a demon, protected by her friends, her mother, blah blah blah. That's my fight. Start from being independent and make your own decisions. Bitterness takes... Yeah, that it does, madam. Yeah, it does. Gets free to mate what it used to be, huh? Cinderella broke from her stepmother's clutches and paved a new path for herself. Now, she's truly free to do what she wants with the rest of her life. In my book, that's success, love. Now you really... Yeah, we both know what will happen without her. Harmless is to blame. Yeah. But you fulfilled the promise given to her mother, so your conscience is begone, snake. I've had enough of you. Careful now, love. Don't make the same impression. I need to pack. I'll be leaving soon. Let me do. Yes, run. Show us a strong, independent spirit you really are. Wow. Well, I guess that's it for now. As in the stories of BALL-Cinders' charms and wits helped her in getting the heart of the future king. Yes. Wow. Cinders becomes cold and ruthless for lack of mercy. Really? She quickly overshadows her more idealistic husband, marginalizing her role and taking most power for herself, changing the kingdom into autocracy. While the dungeons are full of her political enemies, it really proves to be very effective, and she comes down in history as the starter of the new golden age. BALL-Cinders is the wife of the new king, and they rule together. Love never spreads between them. Well, too bad divorce didn't exist back then. Like I said, I don't know. Focused on her role, she lived a lonely life among the crowds. There was no space for personal happiness and existence of a queen. Ah well, hardships of her life taught Cinders not to trust anyone but herself. She makes her own decisions without relying on advisors. Court life fully absorbs the young. She loses contact with her old family. Lady Carlos and her daughters never visit the palace. What Cinders her, the situation as well turns for the worst after stepmother's bitter defeat, and they live their lives in seclusion, isolated from the rest of noble society. Years later, Cinders and her sisters meet at Lady Carmosa's funeral. They don't exchange a single word. I think that's a good time to quit, so. And yeah, okay. Alrighty then. Well, coming to free, yeah. I know. So I guess that is it. Yeah, I guess that is it. So if you enjoyed this, click on the thumbs up icon and feel free to subscribe and ring the bell and all that jazz. Share this video with everybody you know. So I guess that's it. So thank you.